Man, we're super high up here in the Whistler Mountains. We're in the clouds. And I'm gonna give you a lowdown on how I set up my downhill bike, specifically for the bike park. So let's head out of the clouds. For me, I've picked a downhill bike. It's the obvious choice for me, the downhill bike, because I love going to hit those huge jumps. I kind of like landing flat and all of that. And this bike is specifically designed for all of that. It's specifically designed for going downhill. But there's a few things that I like to change around, especially on the suspension part of things. Right, I'm going to start off with the front of the bike. Straight out of the box, this bike comes with a 63-degree head angle, which is kind of perfect for me. I haven't touched that, but you can get cups in here that can change it by plus or minus 1 degree, but I don't want a super raked out front end. I like to have the bike super compact because I like to flick the bike around, and I'm not too worried about that. Right, when it comes to suspension setting and rear suspension setting, I'm a bit meticulous with this. I'm going to start with the front. I'm running 95 psi, 1 token in there. It's quite stiff, it's quite hard, but it's perfect for me. I don't want those forks to dive on a takeoff. Right, clicks. What I mean by clicks is you've got a rebound setting down the bottom, you've got high speed and low speed compression setting up the top. So what I do, I close them right off, and on the rebound, I'm running 8 clicks open, which is enough rebound for me. It's not too fast and it's not too slow. It's just perfect and right for me. On the top, on the high speed, basically that's for those big hits out there. I'm running that at 18 clicks, so it's quite a lot, but that's enough. I think that's good enough for my huge hits. And 14 clicks on my low speed there to soak up all those tiny little guys. So coming from a dirt jump background, I don't really venture off into the full suspension realm. I only have front suspension, and the rear is a rigid frame, so it's a hardtail. So what I've done with this rear shock, I've volume spaced it to its max, and I've got 165 psi in there, but it doesn't sound much. But what that volume spacer does, it decreases the chamber that the air is in, so it kind of makes it a bit more stiffer. Right, moving on to the fine details, all the settings, all the clicking settings on this rear shock. Much like the front, what I've done, I've shut them all off. And on my high speed compression right here, what I've done is I've opened it 14 clicks, which is enough for all those big hits. And then for all those tiny little bumps, what I've done with the low speed is I've opened it 15 clicks, which is perfect for all those little bumps for myself. So when it comes down to high speed rebound, what I've done is I've opened it 18 clicks, which sounds a lot, but I want that rear shock to react quickly when I'm hitting those jumps. And on the low speed rebound, I've done it at 14 clicks, which is kind of perfect for me. Right, moving on to the drivetrain on my bike. This is a little bit special for me because on the back is something different. I'm going to talk about the front. I like to run a nice chain device, a bit of an aggressive one, with a nice bash ring right here, just to protect my chain ring and chain when it does come in contact with rocks. And a bit more protection is this. What Canyon have done is they've added this nice plasticky rubber down tube protector, just to protect it from rocks flicking up out there in the bike park and destroying your down tube. Pedal wise, I'm running flat pedals. I don't tend to clip in on this because I like to get my feet off and do some tricks because I'm that kind of guy. But what I've done is wound the pins out to give me extra grip there when I do come to a situation where, you know, the trail gets a bit rough and I want my feet to stay on the pedals and not bounce off. Right, my seat height setting. I tend to run it quite low down, but you can't really slam this saddle down because you've got to take into account that this rear triangle and this tire is going to come up when that suspension is fully compressed, and this is going to buzz here. So what I've done, I let all the air out of my rear shock, slammed it down to its max compression, and make sure there's just enough gap to clear the rear wheel and my saddle. Right, these Renthal fat bars straight out the box are 800mm wide, but I am not a long-armed human being, whereas Dottie has got super long arms. He can stick to 800mm, bit more of a keep him in control, but I've kind of cut them down to 760, a bit like what I run on my dirt jump bike. Kind of brings it all in and I can flick it all about a little bit more better out there. Right, my tyre choice to ride a Bikepark. I love these tyres, a super aggressive tyre. This is a Continental De Kaiser. It's a 2.4 inch width of tyre is super aggressive. It's got a lot of grip. The side walls are super thick to keep those punctures at bay if I hit a rock. For me, I'm running tubes front and rear. I just like to ride tubes. So there you go, there are a few tips on how I set up my downhill bike for a bike park such like Whistler Bike Park. If you want to see more videos just like this one, don't forget to click that rad little globe and you won't miss another video, and you'll subscribe. If you want to see another video just like this one, click on the right there, you'll get bike park jargon explained, and on the left for how to ride North Shore. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up like.